Welcome to Virtual CB1A. This is Miss Rena, and today we are going to have another discussion for mathematics in the modern world. Under the topic problem solving, we are going to focus on Polya's steps in problem solving. These are our learning objectives. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to learn about Polya's 4 steps in problem solving and use Polya's 4 steps in solving problems. These are the steps in Polya's 4 steps in problem solving. First, you have to understand the problem. After that, you will devise a plan. Next, you will carry out the plan. And finally, you will review the solution. I listed down some problem-solving strategies that you can use when you are given a word problem. First, you can draw diagrams. You can also use tables, create a tree diagram, and finally, you can also work backwards. Let's have some examples. This is the problem. A log playhouse was built in a square shape. 7 vertical posts was used on each side. How many logs did they use altogether? Let's start with the first step. Understand the problem. So what do we know? The playhouse is square. What else? There are 7 posts on each side. Now what do we need to find out? The number of logs used in the playhouse. I suggest that you ask yourselves these 2 questions when you are faced with a word problem. That will assure you that you fully understood the context of the problem. Let's move to the second step. Devise a plan. For this step, it might be good to draw a diagram representing each log by a circle. Now let's carry out the plan. Let's start with 1 log, another log, until we reach 7 logs. This is for one side. Okay? Now let's do the other side. Since we already have 1 circle for the other side, all we have to do is to add another 6 circles. Let me just make it clear. So for this part, we initially started with 7 logs. For the next side, we only need to add 6 logs to make up the 7 logs for the second side. They will share a common side or common corner, this log. For the other side, all we have to do is to draw another 6 logs. They will share a common log again. And finally, for the last side, since we already have 2 common corners, common logs, all we have to draw is these 5 logs. Now let's count the number of logs that we have. So we have how many? 7 plus 6 is 13. Plus another 6, you will end up with 19. Plus 5, you will have 24. Okay, you will end up with 24 logs. Now let's think about the other possible answers that you might initially thought of. If you see here the 7 vertical logs And then it requires you to build a square shape, and we know that a square has four sides. Your first instinct might tell you that you need to multiply 7 by 4, giving you 28 logs, which is incorrect. So to visualize the problem better and to come up with the right solution, drawing a diagram is fitted for this type of problem. Let's go to the next slide. You have to review the solution. For this part, you have to reflect on your answer. Ask yourself questions like, did I use all the facts given by the problem? Is my solution reasonable? Is this correct? Is there a shorter solution? Okay, if you can think of another solution for this problem, it's okay to employ that solution as long as you will arrive with the correct answer or with the same answer. Let's have another problem. Aryan has 10 coins in her purse. The coins are in 5 peso and 1 peso coins. The coins amount to 42 pesos. How many 5 peso and 1 peso coins does she have in her purse? Let's ask ourselves again, what do we know and what do we need to find out? We know that there are 10 coins. Some are 5 peso coins and others are 1 peso coins. What do we need to find out? The number of 5 peso and 10 peso coins. Now, let's devise a plan. You can make a table consisting of 3 columns. The first column for the number of 5 peso coins, the second for the number of 1 peso coins, and the third column or the last column for the total amount for the combination. Let's carry out the plan. So for the number of 5 peso coins in the first column, since we only have 10 coins, we will start with 1 peso coin until we reach 9 5 peso coins. And for the number of 1 peso coins, we will do it in reverse. Since we have here 1 peso coin, 5 peso coins for the first column, and there is a piece of 5 peso coins, then we are left with 9 pieces of 1 peso coins. And if you have 5 peso coin, you will have here 5 pesos. And if you have here 9 1 peso coins, you will have 9 pesos. So 5 pesos plus 9 pesos will give you 14 pesos. For the second row, we have 2 5 peso coins amounting to 10 pesos and 8 1 peso coins amounting to 8 pesos. And together, 10 and 8 will give you 18 pesos. Oops. Okay, let's continue the process. If you have 3 5 peso coins, you will have 7 1 peso coins. And that will give you a total of 22 pesos. And just continue the process until you reach the desired the desired value, which is 42. Okay? I hope that was clear. Now, let's go to number 4. Again, you have to review the solution. Reflect on your answer. Ask yourselves, did I use all the facts given by the problem? Is my solution reasonable? Is this correct? Is there a shorter solution? Okay, now let's go to another example. This is the problem. 5 friends, Noel, Jaji, Jenny, Faye, and Ace, are applying for an internship in a certain company. Only 2 applicants will be accepted. In how many possible combinations will the friends be selected? Now let's understand the problem. First question, what do we know? There are 5 people. Only 2 of them will be chosen. And what do we need to find out? The number of possible combinations in which 2 out of 5 people will be selected. Let's start with devising a plan. Make a tree diagram. List all the names of the 5 people and connect them to the other ones using a line, observing that none of the combinations are repeated. Carry out the plan. For this part, we can come up with this diagram. We will enlist all their names, and then we are going to draw a line connecting them to the other person. So Noel here, this is Jaji. It is not that visible, but this is Jaji, the first person in this box. Okay, so the first combination can be Noel and Jaji, followed by Noel and Jenny, or Noel and Faye, or Noel and Ace. After that, since Noel is paired with the other 4, we will move to the next person, which is Jaji. If Jaji is hired, she can be partnered with Jenny, with Faye, or with Ace. Noel will not be included since we already have the combination Noel and Jaji earlier. Now, for Jenny, since Jaji and Jenny, the combination of Jaji and Jenny already appeared on the previous part, we are going to pair Jenny only with Faye and Ace. And finally, we have Faye and Ace. Since Faye was already partnered with Noel, Jaji, and Jenny previously, she will only be paired with Ace this time. Now let's count the number of possible combination in which these 5 friends can be selected, or 2 out of these 5 friends can be selected. So first, taking Noel as one of the applicants to be selected, you can have 2, 4. 4 possible combinations. Noel paired with the other 4. Now for Jaji, there are 3 possible combinations. For the group for Jenny, we have 2 possible combinations. And finally, Faye paired with Ace, only 1 combination. So how many combinations in total? We have 4 plus 3, 7, plus 2 is 9, plus 1, we have 10. So 10 possible combination. So tree diagrams are used commonly in problems in probability and statistics. So you will encounter a lot of tree diagrams when studying probability. Now let's reflect on our answer. Did I use all the facts given by the problem? Is my solution reasonable? Is this correct? If your answer for these 3 are all yes, then you're good to go. Now, is there a shorter solution? If you can come up with another shorter solution, that is fine, as long as you will still arrive with the correct answer. Okay? Okay, let's go to the next problem. This is our problem. Christian, Gladys, and Ante are playing bouncing balls. Christian's ball bounced 2 more times than Gladys. Gladys's ball bounced half as many times as Ante. And Ante's ball bounced 10 times. How many times did Christian's ball bounce? Let's understand the problem. What do we know? Christian's ball bounced 2 more times than Gladys. And that can be represented by Gladys plus 2. So Gladys's number of times na nag-bounce yung ball plus 2. Next, Gladys's ball bounced half as many as Ante. So the number of times that Ante's ball bounced will be divided by 2. And finally, Ante's ball bounced 10 times. What do we need to find out? So we need to find out the number of times Christian's ball bounced. But we cannot find the number of times Christian's ball bounced without getting the number of times Gladys's ball bounced first. Let's devise a plan. We have to work backwards to solve the problem, starting with the known value, ante, which is equal to 10. So, ante, which is equal to 10, 10 refers to the number of times ante's ball bounced. Let's carry out the plan. This is step 3. Let A be the number of times ante's ball bounced, G be the number of times Gladys's ball bounced, and C be the number of times Christian's ball bounced. We will start with A is equal to 10. A is equal to 10 because Ante's ball bounced 10 times according to our problem. This is the only known value at this point. Now let's find the number of times Gladys's ball bounced. So we have G is equal to A divided by 2, and we know that A is 10. 10 should be divided by 2, giving us the value 5. Finally, for Christian's number of times, we have G plus 2, and we know that G is 5. So just add 2, you will end up with 7. So Christian's ball bounced 2 more times than Gladys, so just add 2. So the final answer will be Christian's ball bounced 7 times. So for the last step, review the solution. For quantitative questions such as this, those involving numbers, you can also perform checking using the values. So start with this number, our final answer, C is equal to 7. And then, forward naman tayo. So, for Christian, that is G. Okay, so this is G. Sorry, I mistyped it. So this is C minus 2, and this is G. G is equal to C minus 2, which is 7 minus 2, which is 5. And then for A, that is G times 2, which is 5 times 2, which is 10. So if you end up with the initial value that was given, then your answer is correct. Okay? So I hope I was able to make it clear. I think I am going to just change the values over here so that you can see it better. Erase natin yung value dito. And then cover it with another one. So this is ano nga to? G is equal to C minus 2. Which is equal to 7 minus 2 is equal to 5. Okay? Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye!